record highs in recent weeks. Have you been surprised by how buoyant equities have been?
Well, I mean, this is obviously all about the trade. Before, I think the market built in a 90% chance that we were going to get trade resolution. Now I think it's closer to a 70% chance, or maybe even lower. And that is what's shocking the market downward. I think that is the whole story. You know, if Trump says we're making progress again, you're going to see this market shoot up 500, 600, 700 points right away. So it's a question of what happens on Friday, for one, and how long, if it does happen on Friday, what is the retaliation of the Chinese and how long that's going to be. And that's totally dominating the market over the next, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks.
Mike, what's the market impact anymore of a Trump tweet? Does it kind of depend what it's about, what sentiment is already? Because it certainly seems like yesterday we had that tweet. The market didn't have a big reaction, but then it seemed to react to other things along those same lines after the market closed.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to kind of peel away the intention, the effectiveness, whether it genuinely speaks to a policy shift. Obviously, yesterday, the dip buyers felt really smart at the close, and then immediately thereafter, you effectively had Treasury Secretary Mnuchin and Ambassador Lighthizer saying, look, there's actually going to be some tariffs on Friday if we don't get a deal. So what seemed as if it could have just been a salvo from the president to try to speed up negotiations or try to, make a stance was, okay, we now have to brace for something. I will continue to say it all happens in the context of a market trading at a high when people were starting to feel really good about things, when you lost the support of being able to say the market was cheap, and when you lost the ability to say the Fed is definitely our friend. All that stuff had to be in place for you to have, I think, this little 2% pullback from an all-time high on trade news.
Professor, what does happen to the markets here if the U.S. moves forward and ups those tariffs to 25% on Friday?
We're going to have much more downside. And again, how far down it goes is how long, and if both sides dig in, this market could go down 10 and 20%. However, it needs to be said that, the strongest thing that Donald Trump has going for him in next year's election is the economy and the stock market. He cannot afford that to falter. And I think he knows that. So, in a way, it's a question of is he, we take a look at what happened to government shutdown in January. He pushed that. I don't think it gained him anything at the end at all, except lower ratings for a 6-week period. This is obviously much more serious, really affecting the stock market and the economy. The news media is going to be all over it if it lasts more than a couple of weeks. So the question is how long he wants to stand with this. I think the end result is he has to give in like the government shutdown to make things all right. But in the meantime, a lot of volatility.